Okay, let's talk NPK numbers, how to read a fertiliser feed when you're buying it in store and you're just reading the label and wondering, wow, what's this going to do to my lawn? What should I look for? How do I read this? So basically, all fertilisers go off an NPK number. So if you look at the label, the N stands for nitrogen, the P stands for phosphorus, and the K stands for potassium. And they all do different things. Obviously, nitrogen is growth, and then your phosphorus and potassium are things like rooting, the health of the plant, so disease resistance, they help with those things. And basically how the very clever scientists, PhD people come up with this is, particularly for lawns, is they would take an untreated lawn. So it's just grown, it's not been affected by anything, it's never been fed, etc. It's just mown through the year, and put the cuttings in a pile in the corner, and then at the end of the year they would take a reading of that NPK number, and then they would know the nutrient levels for grass. So the average NPK number, if you were to do that for a lawn, the NPK number would be 312. So now you know your ratios of those ingredients: N, nitrogen, P, phosphorus, and K, potassium. Now you know how to have what I would call a balanced fertiliser for your lawn by sticking to that ratio of number. So for a low feed, quite simple, you could double that. You could double that number, and you could look for a feed that is around 6 to 4, holding that same ratio. Then you could double it again for a medium feed, which is something similar that we're going to be putting down with our liquid feed. So you could double that again, and it would be 12, 4, 8. Then for a high feed, well, double a medium feed again. So you could get a 24, 8, 16. You could look for that on your label for NPK number. And I would class that as, like, you know, you get to high feeds now. And that's basically it. That's how I sort of look at my fertilizers: a low feed, a medium feed, and a high feed. And then obviously you're going to come across other ingredients like iron or calcium, things like that. And then of course, you know, the very smart people who do these fertilizer products, the people with the PhDs, they'll start playing around with those figures, you know, and they'll be like thinking, well, I want nitrogen to boost growth more, so they might increase that, and it becomes sort of, it's not unbalanced, but you know, it's not at the ratio of the standard NPK number for a lawn, but it's designed to do different things for the lawn, as well as obviously all those added ingredients. So basically that is it. That's how to read a lawn fertilizer. That's how to read the label, and you can start choosing, you know, what you wish to put down. The higher feeds, they tend to have a bit more longevity to them as well. You'll probably find that they last longer. Probably a pellet in your what you're applying, what you're putting down on the lawn. But that's it. That's basically NPK numbers. So so I'm going to put my medium liquid fertilizer, because I want it to start affecting the lawn as soon as possible. So I'm going to put mine down now. Okay, the liquid fertilizer's down. I also put my wetting agent on as well in the same mix. I wanted to put that down, and I thought it might just help this patch from the spill, which is already going black. Oh man, it's so hard to see, and hopefully you can see that there. So yeah, never mind, let's see if we can save it anyway. So I added my wetting agent in just to see if I could improve that as well, and I like putting it down. You know, it's good to put it down maybe even once a month, once every 8 weeks, something like that, if you're able to. So yeah, so that's done. And obviously you will have probably noticed I put my pellet feed down, and now I'm putting all my liquid feeds on top of that pellet feed rather than doing it the other way around. So you can start sort of watering it in as you're treating your lawn. I wouldn't normally obviously put all this amount of product down, but we're just going for that thumbnail, despite what will be a big black patch in the corner, thankfully in the corner. But yeah, we'll keep going. So now I'm going to put down the lawn helper just to ease some stress on this lawn. I'm going to put our lawn helper product down now, just going to put it on with the watering can, and then the grand finale, I'm going to put a liquid iron feed down and leave that on the grass, and that'll be it, job done. And we'll head off and see how the lawn responds to that, and then hopefully we're going to have a brilliant thumbnail video at the end of this process. So yeah, I'll put those products down now. There we go. That is it. We're all done. We're all done for this video. Yeah, so I put down the lawn helper just to help the lawn cope with stress, and then I finished off with a soluble iron feed, a liquid iron feed, just to I'm going for dark green. Yeah, that's the whole reason I put these feeds down is I'm going for dark green. The reason I put down a medium liquid feed was because I knew I was going over the top with the lawn helper, which is obviously a low feed, so you know, medium and a low feed added on top. Didn't want to go too high on the feed levels. You know, I wouldn't be doing this amount of feeds at once again, probably, as we go forward. Looking after it, as I say, usually I'm just looking at the lawn and thinking, oh, that could do with a feed, and I'll probably put one product down, but we're going for that thumbnail. And the iron's really good, actually. If it was really hot, if we had sun ever, if we had any sun at all, I wouldn't be putting iron down, because you just get that scorch. You get the same effect as what we will see here of that blackening of an area. So if it was scorched, you know, if we were in drought conditions, there's no way I'd be putting any iron on it. I mean, sometimes you can't even put anything on really if it's that scorched. You just need water. But yeah, I mean, we're not getting good weather at the minute. It's cool, it's wet, so I'm putting iron on. I'm just going to let that sit now and let the grass absorb it. I put it on because I just noticed a little bit of dieback on some of the plants. I mean, I call it dieback. There's probably a more scientific word for it. I think necrotic growth, I think that comes to mind. I don't know, maybe you can check it out. That could be a word, but I call it dieback, where you just see, you know, the lower leaf of the grass plant, it just starts to die, just goes yellow and dies. And the iron hardens the turf, so it helps to prevent that, because obviously I don't want anything yellow or brown in this lawn. I want it all green. So I put the iron feed down, and obviously to get that dark green colour, which we're hopefully going to get. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. So yeah, that's everything. We're all done. So yeah, what a video. I mean, a disaster in it, a hilarious disaster. It never fails to amaze me, like I say, what we get in this trade, whether you're a domestic gardener, professional, whatever. I've got some tales. I've got hilarious tales of products and using things and trialing things and customers' reaction. There's some tales to tell, hilarious things. But yeah, it happens all the time. It's funny. Yeah. I think the money in the industry really is in farming, in agriculture. The money, the real money is for these companies is in farming and probably the sports industry, and to be honest, domestic gardeners like ourselves and you, you know, we piggyback off what comes from them, what technology is being used, what they're finding out. You know, we just piggyback off them. So we have some funny products, and because there's probably just no real money in it for these companies. But anyway, yeah, some funny stories. Maybe I can just share them with you. So going forward now, well, I'm done. I'm just going to clean up. I'm going to wait for these products to work. I'm not going to water this in this evening. I'll probably water it tomorrow if we don't get rain. It's forecast to rain again. So yeah, we've had this little window, so I broke off work, and now I'm going to get my lunch and go back to work. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching. Hope it's helped in some way. Hope this whole tutorial series has helped. Next video is hopefully going to be the finale, the last video of this tutorial, and then we'll go forward with lots and lots of other things. So thanks for watching. I mean, do I ever say this? But if you can, like and subscribe, that'd be good, and catch you in the next one. Bye.